Hey, what's up, everybody? Jake here, and welcome to the hobby. I have good news for people that still want to collect 151 because it looks like we are getting more restocks of 151 well into May, which is really cool. I checked with GameStop and they have more products of 151 releasing later in May. I called in and they confirmed it. Yes, they are going to be getting more. You cannot pre-order it. You have to actually go in store to pick it up on the day of release. So just be aware that more 151 is still being restocked. As well, in a lot of Costco's over here in the United States, we are still getting more pallets of 151 mini tins, so those are really solid as well. People are still able to find 151 Blooming Waters premium collections out there in the wild, so those are still available. It just seems like there's just a constant trickle of 151. I know a lot of people think 151 is fully sold out and it's a really popular set, but it is also quite the plentiful set. It was printed really heavily, and the cards definitely reflect that. There are some really cool cards inside of 151. It is a very popular set. It is highly desirable. People just really enjoy the set. The Pokemon Company did, in fact, print 151 to demand. It's just kind of wild that there's just so many people collecting 151 that it just looks to be the case that it's just really hard to find. But there are still more and more products of it trickling out there. Kind of similar to Shining Face, actually, because Shining Face on release sold out immediately, but they just constantly restocked it to a certain point where you'll find Shining Face ETBs on store shelves 2 or 3 years after release, and people were just okay not picking up. They said, you know what, I'm kind of done with 151. That's kind of how I feel right now. Obviously, if I find like a 151 ETB on a Walmart store shelves, I'll probably still pick it up for the sake of nostalgia. But pretty much as of right now, I'm pretty much done with 151. I'm happy with the set. I'm happy with what I have inside of my collection. Pretty much whatever you can find out there is for people that still want to collect the set. The other good piece of news is that there's going to be more restocks of Prismatic Evolutions. This is really good news, mainly because Prismatic Evolutions is an extremely popular set. The booster pack prices are very expensive, but I did not expect to see more restocks of Prismatic Evolutions coming back so quickly. It took months and months for Twilight Masquerade, Stellar Crown, Surging Sparks to get any forms of restocks. But Prismatic Evolutions is getting a really quick wave 3 is what I'm going to call it. You know, these waves, people can call them whatever they want. Wave 1 was the initial release. There was definitely a wave 2 where stores were able to get a restock of Prismatic Evolutions Elite Trainer boxes, although unfortunately a lot of stores got their restocks of the Prismatic Evolutions ETBs at close to $100 an ETB, so that's why the ETB prices are still very high. But looks like we're getting now what looks to be a wave 3 in May, which is really solid because that's continuous, right? Constant restocks month after month is exactly what we're looking for to really start seeing prices go back down to MSRP. So the fact that there's a wave 3 happening so quickly builds a lot of confidence in me that things are going to go down in actual price. And the other big one that's going to be releasing soon is going to be the Prismatic Evolution Super Premium Collection, which is going to be released on May 16th. So that's only a couple of short weeks away. Definitely be on the lookout of this. There will be a lot of stores that are going to be offering pre-orders of this product as of right now. The Pokemon Center obviously had their initial orders for the Prismatic Evolution Super Premium Collection pretty recently. So a lot of places are going to start doing pre-orders for these. So be on the lookout. These are going to start popping up quite often. And I'm excited to see how many of these are out there. Unfortunately, I just want more Prismatic Evolutions packs for everyone. And this is not the way I want the packs to be delivered. And I've talked about this a little bit, is that if the Pokemon Company releases a ton of these, then I am worried that a lot of these EV deck boxes are just going to end up in landfills because they're just perceived as extra bulk. There are people that want this EV deck box. I wouldn't mind having a copy of it inside of my collection. I think that would be a really cute display piece. I just want one though. And unfortunately, if you want to get a lot of Prismatic Evolution booster packs, you may have to open up 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8 of these, and that just really sucks. I don't want to open up 8 super premium collections to pick up a bunch of Prismatic Evolutions booster packs, and I feel like that sentiment is echoed throughout the hobby, is that we just want more packs. We don't really need a lot of these frivolous items, and if they release hundreds of thousands of these super premium collections, I can't imagine there are hundreds of thousands of uh, TCG players or collectors that want one of these EV deck boxes. And if you have extra of these, they may end up just sitting in a closet for years and years and years, because I don't think people are going to immediately throw these away. But it is kind of sucky that if they print a ton of these, there's just going to be excess amount of extra products that we don't really need. But any additional booster packs is good booster packs right now, which is why if you're looking to pick up some additional booster packs, I am teaming up with Whatnot later this week to start a really, really awesome live stream where we are going to be auctioning off 1,000 booster packs at $1 start. These are going to fly right off the shelves and they're going to become incredibly affordable. If you just want additional booster packs, I have booster packs for sale on Whatnot right now. If you sign up to Whatnot, you get $15 free credit added to your account immediately, and you can spend those $15 free credit to pick up booster packs from me directly. I have a 5-star rating. I ship my products within 1 day of you putting in your orders, and you get your packs very, very quickly. So if you just want to check them out, get yourself $15 free credit, and pick yourself up some booster packs from me, then go ahead, please do, and get yourself some really affordable booster packs. I try to be really self-conscious about what prices I'm putting on these packs, and we have them priced pretty much at the same level as the lowest listing price on TCG players, sometimes even lower. So definitely check us out. Just some booster packs here are available for you immediately, and we are going to be doing our live stream this Saturday. I'm calling it my Ultimate Pack Festival, where we are going to be auctioning off 1,000 booster packs, as well as giving over $1,000 in just free booster packs to viewers. So check out the live stream. It's usually a ton of fun. We're going to be auctioning off a ton of really cool vintage and mid-era booster packs that you may not be able to find anywhere, really. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And just get yourself some free booster packs and spend your $15 free credit on my store immediately just to get yourself some booster packs. The other thing that I wanted to track was definitely Journey Together, because Journey Together just released. So I'm really curious where prices currently stand for Journey Together. If you look at the prices for Journey Together, right now the Lily's Clefairy EX is by far the most expensive chase card. I don't think anyone expected anything different. I'm actually kind of surprised the Zoroark is so expensive. I do think it's a really cool card. I didn't expect it to be the second most expensive chase card from the set. Actually, I think the Salamence. It's pretty close between the Salamence or the Zoroark, which one is going to be the more expensive of the two. We got ourselves the Ens Reshiram, really, really cool card. The Articuno and the Whale Lord, also another really great illustration rare chase cards. Most of the illustration rares are actually pretty affordable. One thing that I thought was kind of interesting is that the enhanced booster box is actually a little bit cheaper than the non-enhanced booster box, because the non-enhanced one is a little bit more rare right now. I would still save myself the money and just pick up myself off the enhanced version. There is no world where I'm picking up a booster box with less items in it for a more expensive price. That's just not going to fly with me. So the Salamence EX, another great SIR. A lot of the SIRs are actually really solid in terms of value. The only one that's kind of weak would be the Volcanion EX, and that doesn't surprise anyone. I fully expected the Volcanion EX to be one of the more cheaper SIRs, and it is the cheapest one right now. The gold rares are actually quite good hits as well. I think these gold rares are really, really solid. They look way better than the regular full art trainer cards. And as we go down, we start seeing some of the more regular illustration rares. Quite a few of them are still quite affordable. If you start seeing these illustration rares starting to go for like $5, I would start picking them up. At least if you don't have one inside of your collection, because an illustration rare for $5 is pretty much the same price as like a booster pack. So you might as well just pick up the illustration rare and save yourself the hassle of ripping open the booster pack trying to find that illustration rare, if that makes sense. The regular full art trainer card, much weaker. The art's just not on the same level. I think, yes, the gold rares, they did a fantastic job on these. So definitely we're going to have more Journey Together. If you want to pick up some Journey Together, we have some available in my shop. I sold a bunch and gave away a bunch for my Journey Together live stream special, but we still have some available. So if you want them, there you go. That's another option. And the other one I wanted to check on last second, Prismatic Evolutions. Prismatic Evolutions cards are still really expensive, which is why the booster pack prices are so incredibly expensive. And partially that's because of how hard the chase cards or to pull, they're so incredibly hard. You have to open up like 50 Prismatic Evolutions booster packs to give yourself a decent odd of pulling one single SIR. And if you open up 50 Prismatic Evolutions booster packs, even at retail price, that's like barely worth it to pull one SIR. And that's if you pull really, really good SIR too, which is why some of the SIR's prices are so incredibly expensive. All of the Evolution ones are pretty much like $300 minimum. The Roaring Mooniacs is a fantastic one, and the Cerulette. So even if you don't count the EV SIRs, pretty much any SIR from Prismatic Evolutions is just really, really solid as well. Even like the cheaper ones are still quite pricey. And that's comparing it to Journey Together, which the card prices in Journey Together are actually quite reasonable. They're quite reasonable for how expensive this set is, and they are starting to dip because people are ripping open the packs, and they're really starting to go down in price. The Ends Reshiram box topper, I don't think this card should be super expensive. It shouldn't be because you get one inside of every single booster box, and there's a lot of booster boxes out there. So generally speaking, this is just good news for the hobby. More restock of 151, which I did not see coming. And if GameStop is getting more of these, that means a lot of other stores are getting them as well. More restock of Prismatic Evolutions happening very, very quickly, very rapidly. Good news. It means the Pokemon Company is actually making on their promise of reprinting these or restocking these quite often. Normally, I don't expect restocks of a brand new Pokemon card set like Prismatic Evolutions to happen again and again and again right after release. If you look at Paldean Fates, which came out a year or two ago, Paldean Fates took forever to get any restocks at all, and we're barely getting any restocks of Paldean Fates. That's why Paldean Fates pack prices are actually quite expensive right now, is that we really did not get that much of restocks. But we are getting more restocks of Prismatic Evolutions, but it's still going to take time to meet demand. But good news on Prismatic Evolutions, and don't miss the release of the Prismatic Evolutions Super Premium Collection. I think if you try and search for these, you can probably find some. I don't know what prices they're going to be in card shops or at GameStop. Actually, if you wait in line early enough at GameStop, you might actually be able to just pick one of these up. At least if you're the first 10 people. I think if you're the first 10 people in line, you're probably just going to be able to pick this up at retail price. And that might actually be worth it for you to wait in line to pick one of these up. If it takes you 4 hours to wait in line, but you pick this up and you save yourself $100 that you would have spent on the market price of this box, it might actually be worth it. So this is one of those cases where waiting in line is absolutely worth it to pick one of these up, especially if you're a true collector. Hope you guys enjoy the knowledge of more 151, more Prismatic Evolutions, and I think we're still going to get a lot more of Journey Together as well. So that's good news right now. The restocks are happening. They are coming. So I'm glad to see it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.